Fighting games are a staple of video game history. The idea of grabbing a controller to fight computers, people online, or maybe even grabbing another controller to fight against your friend with just a variety of characters. These games have almost infinite combos. These games are normally low skill floor yet a high skill ceiling. How could these not blow up? Well, they did. And we got several types of fighting games, but one that caused the genre to blow up was Super Smash Bros. One main game in the series, Melee, this game created a big community and has some of the most popular fighting game tournaments. Melee had so many competitive features, accident or not, and allowed so many new techniques to be made. Now, what happens when we get someone with experience in Smash Bros. Brawl's competitive scene who wanted to make Melee easier and more accessible to inexperienced players? Well, that is where Rivals of Aether comes into the scene. Rivals of Aether is a game made by Dan Fernacci and his team. He's a developer who's worked on several things, like his experience on Minecraft Xbox 360, Super Smash Land, and a lot more. Now, I guess we should get to why this is my favorite fighting game. This game is like it was made for, easy and fun to pick up. These characters are easy to learn the basics about without using the in-game tutorials. Except one. I don't really like Clarin. Also, this game literally teaches you how to do the tech with in-game tutorials. Like, it taught me how to do wave dashes. I'm not good at it, but I can do it. This game feels very good to play. It plays very smoothly. The attacks go with each other smoothly, allowing combos to be made just by instinct. It's also just very nice that every character plays differently. Even if they share similar things, especially that they all have stage control, they all have different gimmicks along with them. This allows every character to be unique and serve different purposes. These gimmicks also are interactable and usable by both people. The characters are really fun, like I was saying, but they're good on a design-wise too. Each character fills out a different purpose, like Orchestra is a trap character, using the puddle as a way to start combos or even kill his opponent. Raster is completely about staying in the air, to use combos. His strong attacks can only be used in the air. Force Burn is about distracting the opponent and being hard to hit. This is done well with his decoy and his smoke clouds. Each character has their own gimmicks and designs to play with. This game was made for competitive, so this game does have a competitive scene, and it is fun to watch. It is very cool to see people use the mechanics of the game to its extent. I can never do the competitive, but it is just cool to watch it. Sadly, it isn't as popular as it once was, but it is still going on and there still is a community in competitive. Now, let's say you're like me, aka too afraid to click on the scary online button. Well, do not worry. We have local play. You know, when you get two controllers and play with friends. You can also play with bots if you're like me and with no friends. This can get boring. I can't relate. I can play with bots forever just because I like seeing how fast I can defeat them. But let's say that you're tired of bots to 1v1. Well, you can try Abyss mode, where you fight different waves of tasks, like defeat 12 weak enemies, or defeat these eyes. Yeah, this game mode can go on forever. I think. Personally, I can only get to wave 18. It does say endless though. Also, if that is also boring, you can do this pretty short story mode, where you fight different opponents. You can do this while watching small little stories that link up until the final, where they all team up. Also, at the end of each story, you fight your rival. Oh wait! That's why it's called Rivals of Aether! Like I just said, this game does have a story. And even if it's short in game, it's still interesting. The game takes place on a planet called Aether. There are these civilizations waging war on each other. These civilizations are the people of air, water, fire, and earth. In the story mode, all these stories line up and go to the ethereal gates, to where an eldritch menace threatens all of Aether. The story is simple and gives each character a personality and background. I like it, like I said, it's simple and gives the world depth. And it's cool to see there is a story with the game. Now, one big selling point of Rivals of Aether is the Steam Workshop compatibility. If you don't know, on the Steam version, people can make their own playable characters, and some people make completely original characters, or they get an already existing character and put them in the game. This allows there to be chaotic games. Who wouldn't want to see Papyrus from Undertale, Bowser from Mario, Soldier from TF2, and Papa Louie fight each other, especially on GM Construct, and have Papa Louie win in the end? Or you could have Fox McCloud, Spamton, the guy from Fancy Pants Adventure, and Demo Man fighting. Finally, this game has a lot of extra stuff. Since this game's world isn't just fighting, they can use this world for so many things. This is where the other Aether games come in. Let's start off with the Creatures of Aether. It's free! It's a card game, and it's based off Triple Triad, both an elemental twist. Next, there is Dungeons of Aether. It's a turn-based dungeon crawler that uses a dice-based system for combat. It introduces 4 new heroes. They are Fleet, Hamir, Slade, and Artemis. And finally, there is a dating simulator, where they're high schoolers at... Okay, and we can date the high schoolers at... Oh wait! This was an April Fool's joke. That's very good to know. Also, one last thing. There are comics. These comics, I think, go through Clearance Origins. If you can tell, I have never read or played any of these. I might play the games in the future though, I know the basics of them, but I haven't watched any playthroughs or reviews of the books. So yeah, this was a little review of Rivals of Aether and why I like it. But I'll make a deal with you guys. If this video gets, more than this video, I'll read the comics and play Creatures of Aether and Dungeons of Aether. Then I'll make a big video about those games and comics. So yeah, if you like this video, you should like and subscribe. It'd be pretty cool and it helps me out a ton. Also, you can be here before I hit 1K, because that's very close. So, I hope to see you all later.